A young boy enters a barber shop, and the barber whispers to his customer, "This kid isn't too bright. Watch while I prove it to you." The barber puts $1 in one hand and 2 quarters in the other, then calls the boy over and asks, "Which do you want?" The boy takes the 2 quarters and leaves. "What did I tell you?" said the barber. "That kid never learns." Later, when the customer leaves, he sees the same young boy coming out of the ice cream store. "Hey boy, may I ask you a question? Why did you take the 2 quarters instead of the $1? The boy licked his cone and replied, "Because the day I take the $1, the game is over." A farmer decided he wanted to go to town and see a movie. As he approached, the ticket agent asked, "Sir, what's that on your shoulder?" The old farmer said, "That's my pet rooster Chuck. Wherever I go, Chuck goes." "I'm sorry, sir," said the ticket agent. "We can't allow animals in the theater." The old farmer went around the corner and stuffed Chuck down his overalls. Then he returned to the booth, bought a ticket, and entered the theater. He sat down next to 2 old widows named Penny and Marge. The movie started and the rooster began to squirm. The old farmer unbuttoned his fly so Chuck could stick his head out and watch the movie. "Marge," whispered Penny. "What?" said Marge. "I think the guy next to me is a pervert." "What makes you think so?" asked Marge. "He undid his pants and he has his thing out," whispered Penny. Don't worry about it," said Marge. "At our age, we've seen 'em all." "I thought so too," said Penny, "but this one's eaten my popcorn." An Israeli doctor said, "Medicine in my country is so advanced. We can take a kidney out of one person, put it in another, and have him looking for work in 6 weeks. A German doctor replied, "That's nothing. In Germany, we can take a lung out of one person, put it in another, and have him looking for work in 4 weeks. A Russian doctor chimed in, "In my country, medicine is so advanced. We can take half a heart from one person, put it in another, and have them both looking for work in 2 weeks. The American doctor, not to be outdone, said, "Huh, we took out an asshole out of Texas, put him in the White House, and half the country will be looking for work tomorrow." A husband and wife decided they needed to use a code to indicate that they wanted to have sex without letting their children in on it. They decided on the word typewriter. One day, the husband told his 5-year-old daughter, "Go tell your mommy that daddy needs to type a letter." The child told her mom what her dad said, and her mother responded, "Tell your daddy that he can't type a letter right now because there's a red ribbon in the typewriter." The child went back to tell her father what mommy had said. A few days later, the mom told the daughter, "Tell daddy that he can type that letter now." The child told her father, and then returned to her mother and announced, "Daddy said never mind with the typewriter, he already wrote the letter by hand."